Hey, this is Geoff Webb. I am in Florida still for about a couple more hours, and this is a radical rant.
Are you loving it? Yeah, you know I'm loving it.
Are you loving it? Yeah, you know I'm loving it.
So if you love it and you can't get enough of it, then put the hand up high right where the other is. Yeah. You getting it right now with Mr. Morficato. DJ Morphosis.
Are you loving it? Yeah, you know I'm loving it. Are you loving it? Yeah, you know you loving it. And if you're loving it, you can't get enough of it. Put a hand high right where the other is. Hit a week, but can't find that quitter in me. It's that bittersweet literature that lit your streets. Walk with the Prince of Peace, see where these footprints lead. Keep my eyes to the sky, looking for signs of a thief. Breathe a sigh.
Hey everybody, it's Geoff Webb here. I'm doing this right now because I've always wanted to do a radical rant in a big armchair. I mean, how awesome is that? It's kind of got this whole masterpiece theater feel to it. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you today about two conferences I've just been attending, TNL and HR Florida. And we're going to play a little game today called Compare and Contrast. I just wanted to, I want to give first of all a shout out, a big thumbs up, a big shout out to the organizers of both TNL and HR Florida. It's been a fantastic time. My voice is a little bit raw from all of the talking and networking and social medializing that I've been doing. I think I just made up a word there, social medializing. I'm going to put that around here somewhere, social medializing. It's been a really fun-filled but packed week or so, and jetting back to Toronto today. But so two things that I did notice about them. I mean, obviously, TNL 200-person conference, whereas HR Florida is a 1,400-person conference. TNL very unconferencey in its sessions. HR Florida trying to get their guys, but still pretty darn conferencey. Big PowerPoints, lots of sitting and talking to people, or sitting and listening to people, I should say. Hopefully you weren't talking to people. If you were, it was on your BlackBerry or whatever. Similarity between the two, TNL very much about social media. HR Florida is very much about social media as well, but in a different way. So in HR Florida, we're really doing a lot more talking about, how to get involved in social media. A lot more of the folks at TNL were actually already involved in social media, and we're wanting to learn how to take it to the next level. But I think that's fairly indicative of the recruitment community versus the HR community. HR is a little bit slower to adopt the whole social media, probably because of their concerns around litigation. But also, I had a couple of conversations, today or yesterday here at HR Florida, which kind of started off with, hey, Twitter, I don't know what the heck that is. I don't know what to do with it. What do you do besides, talk about how many followers Ashton Kutcher has or what you did for breakfast. So we're still having that conversation here at HR Florida, whereas at TNL it was much more advanced conversation. They understand there is some value in Twitter. It's just, what are the right tools and tips to use it. One of the interesting things that came out of here at HR Florida, we had a lot of very high-level discussions around social media, so sort of, why is it good? Why shouldn't you be scared of it? One of the things that I did get from talking from a number of people is that they wanted some more tactical type of sessions. And this comes up actually at all conferences. I have not yet been to a conference where they have done tactical really, really well. And when I say tactical, I'm talking about labs, videos that show you how to set up a Twitter account. And I mean, I know for a lot of us that's really 101. But I think that to get everybody on the same playing field, we're going to have to start producing some of that content because we want people to know how do you set up a LinkedIn profile? How do you search LinkedIn effectively? How do you network with, how do you set up a Twitter account? And then, what does this RT thing mean and what do hashtags mean? I mean, a lot of people were asking those questions here at HR Florida. So here's what I'm going to do, folks. I'm going to take it upon myself to once a week produce a tool time video. It's going to be a very basic tool time video about things like how to set up Twitter accounts, how do you set up a Facebook account, how do you set up a Facebook fan page, and then we'll get a bit more advanced there as well. I'm going to make those available to SHRM to post on their site, and I hope Curtis, if you're watching this, you're going to take me up on this offer because I think it's a necessary thing to have out there for folks. You do it out of the goodness of my heart, and I think that's it's going to be really, really good for a lot of across this HR professionals across the United States and in Canada. So I'm going to put those out there once a week. We're going to call it Tool Time, and I'm going to commit to doing that for you folks. Now the other thing that I wanted to talk about was this whole hashtag thing. We've been doing a number of hashtags. We've created the hashtag Cool Kids here at HR Florida. And I was hanging out with the cool kids at HR Florida. I was hanging out with you at TNL with the cool kids as well. And so a lot of folks are like, you know what, these guys, they're real social media rock stars. And by the way, folks, I hate that term. I'm not a rock star. I don't go and, party until, 4 in the morning in trash hotel rooms. I have I have very little musical ability. So, that's kind of a misnomer. And so, we got this. So people were saying, am I cool enough to hang out with the cool kids? And I have to say that, if you've come to a conference like TNL, and you've come to a conference like HR Florida, and you are willing to learn about these concepts, social media, et cetera, even just some of the litigation stuff we're learning about here, and some of the, HR issues that, are old school, like compensation and benefits, then you are one of the cool kids. If you are a member of SHRM, then you are one of the cool kids. If you are going to your state conferences, then you are one of the cool kids. If you are going to an unconference nearby, then you are one of the cool kids. You are probably one of less than 20% of all HR professionals who actually get involved and active within their community. And if yesterday and the day before was your first start into that, your first venture into that area, then I would commend you for doing that. I hope you keep that up. I hope you keep coming to conferences, that you keep your own conversation going with people. Twitter, by the way, makes that a lot easier. Hash HRFlorida10, and I'll put that up around here somewhere. If you're doing nothing else, go back, start up a TweetDeck, and search for HRFlorida10. In fact, maybe that's going to be my first Tool Time video. Again, I would say that it's imperative that that people come out to these conferences. The networking is fantastic. I always say that the best things that happen at conferences happen in between sessions, in the hallways, after sessions, at the bar, not the drinking, although that's pretty cool. At the tweet ups, I would encourage you to get as involved as you can within your local HR communities, because I can't tell you how important that is. I can't tell you how much I've learned over the past decade that I've been going out to conferences. And we have this ongoing conversation that happens every day via Twitter, via Facebook, video, YouTube. It happens also on the phone when we talk to each other. We've had close to 16,000 tweets since we had the first True London #1. And those tweets are a continuing conversation about what's happening in the recruiting and HR space. I'm very excited about that. And again, I hope you are as well, and I hope you continue to put yourself out there and be a cool kid, and continue to attend these events, continue to be involved in your local HR associations and recruiting associations, and put yourself out there. Have an opinion, write about it, talk about it, blog about it. If you don't like to blog, video about it. It is so easy, folks. And so again, from TNL and HR Florida, my commendation goes out to you, and I love you guys. Peace out.
Are you loving it? Yeah, you know I'm loving it.
Are you loving it? Yeah, you know I'm loving it.
So if you love it and you can't get enough of it, then put the hand up high right where the other is. Yeah. You getting it right now with Mr. Morficato. DJ Morphosis.
Are you loving it? Yeah, you know I'm loving it. Are you loving it? Yeah, you know you loving it. And if you're loving it, you can't get enough of it. Put a hand high, right where the other is. Hit a weak, but can't find that quitter in me. It's that bittersweet literature that Lydia streets. Walk with the Prince of Peace, see where these footprints lead. Keep my eyes to the sky, looking for signs of a thief. Breathe a sigh of relief, it ain't my time to leave. So many people's ain't safe, I ain't even raise my seat. The price